Within the last 48 hours, we have found out that Eddie Murphy married this Australian model, Paige in a private Caribbean ceremony in Anguilla in front of family and close friends. We know that they first got engaged in 2018. After dating since 2012, they have 2 children together, and now they're officially married. Now, people are talking about this all over the black social media, and we'll get into that in a minute. But whenever black men decide to marry outside of their race, you will always hear commentary and points like this.
Historically, black men were not allowed to marry white women until the Loving versus Virginia United States Supreme Court case in the 60s. You could not marry them. So since that case was overturned, 67, 68, right around there, black men have married out their race more than all other men in America put together. Are you going to tell me it's a pure coincidence that the black man is absolutely in love with marrying his oppressor's daughter, and that doesn't have anything to do with the psychological residuals of slavery?
I'm going to give it to you on the flip side.
Go ahead.
Do you think it's a lot of the black man saying, I got to go have that white woman? Or some of these white women out here looking at, that's a god right there. I want that.
It's threefold.
Okay.
Number one, it's about a black man being an economic stimulus package to the white woman.
Okay.
Most black men marry down in class when they marry these white women.
Okay.
You can't find a rich white woman who ever married a broke-ass black man.
Boy.
Show me one rich white woman who has ever married a broke-ass black man. So this ain't about love. This is about agenda.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, the black man wants the white woman to provide him with a degree of psychological validation. Only a low self-esteem having ass Negro would marry a white female in the first place, because you feel that if I can get the white man's woman, then maybe that makes me feel a little bit more equal to the white man.
Now, I gotta be honest, I can't say that I disagree. I am a pro-black, and I do stand on the words that Dr. Umar Johnson just iterated. I believe what he said is 100% factual. However, I do want to talk about a hypocrisy that I've been seeing, and we're gonna go over some of those things now. When I see a black woman marry a white man, we don't hear or see on the same level of vitriol. Maya Angelou is still considered one of the greatest African-American female poets of all time. Grew up in Black St. Louis. She passed away with a resume of 3 white husbands. Maya Angelou still to this day is looked at very favorably amongst black women. What about Eve? Nobody says anything, but I want to get into these comments because this is where the rubber meets the road, okay? If you look at the Shade Room, this is the larger post that was put up. Now, keep in mind, Eddie Murphy is 63. This white woman is 44. So that's also another point of contention, okay? But I want to look at the commentary. Let's look at Beautiful Kendra. Looks about white. Linda Miss Linda. Giving that black wealth to a white family is wild as F to me. Tagging Dr. Umar Johnson. Yes, they actually tagged Dr. Umar. Now, this brother goes, handmade dev_9. Y'all did not have these comments when Eve married that white man. Poet next door. Y'all happy for Serena, Eve, and even Precious. Y'all happy for Serena, Eve, and even Precious. Let's be happy for Eddie Murphy. Then you hear this. Y'all happy for Kamala, which is Kamala Harris, but mad at Eddie for dating interracially. I thought love was love when Eve did it or when Serena did it. Eve and Serena married white men, and you black women never had this energy for them. This other brother goes, he's bunny hopping. And then you're seeing this. I see no different than Eve and Serena Williams, Meghan Markle, Tina Turner, Diana Ross, Whoopi Goldberg, Tamara Mowry, Iman, Halle Berry. It's cool when black women do it, but when a black man do it, he down bad. When black women do it, it's called love. When a black man do it, it's self-hate. Make it make sense. And these are the comments that I actually read and that I have a whole lot of chagrin for. Now, again, I understand that black men or men in general have a higher responsibility to society. I get it. I understand that. But at the same time, when black women are not being chosen by black men, it is also their responsibility too as to why these black men are not choosing them. I'm gonna tell you why. If you're a black man and you can't get black women, whose fault is it? Oh, women will tell you all the time, what's wrong with you? Oh, you're too dusty, you're broke, you're not talented enough, you don't have no game. Oh, you haven't met the right one. Oh, what? None of my friends are like that. Well, it's who you're hanging around. Well, you're not hanging around the right ones, because me and my friends, none of us are like that. This is what you hear. Now, when you have a white woman from Australia that gets chosen by a black man, yes, it could be true that self-hatred is there, and that a black man, in my honest opinion, I don't know what benefits he would have by doing that, or choosing somebody out of the black community. But Dr. Umar Johnson and I are hard body pro-blacks. That's the situation. I am a hard body, hardcore pro-black stummed out. I live in Africa. I love the black community. I love the African American community. I love being in Africa. Everybody not gonna think like us. And see, that's the whole, like, as hardcore, hard body pro-blacks, we don't look at the world in the way that other people look at it. And what other people look at it is, what is the incentive for me? That's the reality. Now, does Eddie Murphy have a history of liking light-skinned women and liking white women? Sure. Won't discount that. But at the same time, what are black women doing to be competitive to get a mate? And you can't tell me that it's all based on what a black woman looks like or what her phenotype is. Because if that's the case, a lot of black women are winning automatically. Black men would love to give black women the first right of refusal. Most of us who have come up in black America, look at Eddie Murphy. He grew up in the Bushwick section of Brooklyn. There's a lot of black folks in Brooklyn still to this day. Most of us go to church with black women. Our neighbors are black. We live in segregated communities even to this day. Most of us don't grow up in multicultural communities. I'm from Sacramento, and I'm gonna give you an example. Sacramento is one of the most interracial, multicultural cities in America. I grew up in Del Paso Heights in the 90s. Del Paso Heights, I went to Grant High School. It was predominantly, and to a certain degree, I'm probably sure still to this day, black. Okay? It has always been very black. Anybody that lives in Del Paso Heights can tell you that is what the case was. I went to all the black churches in the area for the most part. If you're from the black community, you know about Mount Calvary Baptist Church. You know about Macedonia Baptist Church. Rest in peace, Reverend E.O. Bernardo. You know about Mount Olive Baptist Church, Reverend Eugene Washington. You know about Union Baptist, Reverend Arthur Brown, back in the day. You know about, because we all come, Mount Herman. We all come from the black community. And our families came from the black community at the same damn time. So who are we dealing with? If you were in Grant School District, North Avenue, Del Paso Heights Elementary School, Fairbanks, you're dealing with black people. The first person you love, you fall in love with, that you write a letter to, that you want to be with, is a black woman. It's a black girl. You don't really start seeing white people. You have to work hard to get out of the community to see white folks. Like this. If you want to see white women, you have to bust your ass and become somebody to get with them. Okay? That means your talent has to be so strong, it takes you out of black America. Anybody in the black community know what I'm talking about. When you want to go to the PWIs or even HBCU, you have to do something to get you out of that situation to go there. Now, at that point, and shout out to Brother George because we talked about this, you're going to go ahead and see white women. You're going to go ahead and see other folks. You're going to go ahead and see this and that over there. You're going to notice that because it's new to you. Now, what happens is you will see black women from your community at predominantly white universities and institutions, and you're still going to be more prone to go there because that's what you're used to. A lot of brothers, when they, go to college and stuff, brothers is not really, when you meeting white ladies for the first time, you're kind of scared a little bit. A lot of black men. Then what happens is that a lot of these other ladies, and I keep telling sisters, these white women are gonna make themselves available to these guys. Okay? They just are. A lot of times I notice, and LAR Movement had a really good video on this. When it comes to, the higher these black men are doing and doing very well, a black woman could like a brother and all of that, and what she will do is, well, I'm gonna wait for him to come talk to me and see what he has to say, whatever. And what I have noticed, that's not the approach when it comes to white ladies. They're gonna put themselves in a very good position to interact with black men. Once the brother goes in the path, which he starts to see what his lifestyle is and how he's being treated and compares it to what maybe is coming in the black community, then it's gonna be easy for a black man to make that decision. And as a community, we don't do the things that we should to match our kids up and to prepare our kids to date each other. No, we work hard to get out of the black community. And then we say, well, we want you to go to these colleges. We want you to go here and we want you to go there and all of that, right? That's what we say. And then what happens is we typically, our success takes us away from the community and then our kids end up like Barney James. So I just really want, as much as, Dr. Umar Johnson has that point, my ownership also is on sisters. What are you doing to put yourself out there for a brother that you say you want to deal with? Where are you? It ain't always, because when it's the other way around, now y'all quiet. And I just really don't like that. So guys, we think it's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do, Skirt the Bill. We're out.